What's going on, cast and crew? Welcome back to Tyler's Theater. So in today's video, it's going to be a little bit of a different video today. We are going to be talking about Obsession. Now, I know that this movie has already been out for maybe a week now, maybe a little bit longer, and it is a great movie. I'm not going to be talking into detail about the plot, because I feel like at this point, most of y'all have seen it. You guys know the plots. If you've even seen the trailer, then you kind of have an idea of what it is. But Obsession, I think, has been one of the best movies to come out for 2026. And what I really want to talk about is this article that came out from Forbes. Obsession has dethroned The Mandalorian and Grogu at the box office. So I want to just kind of read this and kind of give my thoughts. I looked into this article a little bit, and I was so compelled by kind of what this was bringing in the beginning that I wanted to record and release this. And I know that I didn't record my reaction to Obsession, so I can kind of share that in here as well. But it is saying that daily box office tracking is now showing that Obsession is now beating The Mandalorian and Grogu handily as of this Wednesday, earning $5.6 million domestically to Mando's $4.1 million. And again, this is the second week of Obsession's release, and this is Mando's first week. So the reason I really wanted to get into this article, and it's online, if you go to Forbes, even if you just type in Obsession Mandalorian, you will see it pop up. This is so interesting to me because Obsession was made independently. I don't want to go into too much detail. This is going to be kind of a quick video. The point I want to hit is the fact that good media is coming out of people who are not so into the industry, or from the people that you've never really heard of, or the new people coming in. And so to me, it's incredibly inspiring, but also very interesting, because back then you probably never would have seen something like this. And this is something that I have been thinking about a lot lately, is kind of where is the future for cinema. And, you know, I'm currently in Vegas. We thought that cinema was going to come here, and there was a whole thing with the bills and whatnot. But movies and the movie industry, there's no doubt that it is changing. What media has been put out has not been the standard for audience, for fans, and people have drifted from the theaters. There was even talk that theaters were maybe going away. And if you watched my Michael reaction, I said that movie theaters needed a movie like Michael because it showed people that they can still have a fun time in the theaters. It's engaging. That's how a movie should be. And to me, it's very interesting that a movie like Obsession, as good as it is, you know, you have that tense, eerie, amazing acting. All the elements came together for this movie to make it an experience in the theaters. And I think when it came out, where Star Wars was with as a company, and Lucasfilm put out some projects that were not necessarily great. A lot of the fan base started leaving Lucasfilm, right? They stopped watching. There's been a whole controversial thing, and this isn't that type of video. I am not a Lucasfilm hater. I'm not a Disney hater. I worked for Disney. I love Disney, and I wish the best for the company. But some of the things that have come out have pushed the fans away in Lucasfilm, in Marvel. Hollywood in general has kind of just been left in this state where, in my opinion, it's dying, right? I don't think movies are ever going to die, right? There's always going to be a need for entertainment. Entertainment is not going away. It's just the means of how entertainment is now going to be pursued in the future, right? People probably thought drive-in theaters were going to exist forever. Things change. Things move on. Things evolve. People's interests change. And one thing that I'm noticing is that the big budget Hollywood actors, the big budget Hollywood companies, the big budget Hollywood IPs, whatever it is, they are not as big anymore as they used to be. And it is making room now for people like YouTubers, content creators to come in now and make their own product. And they're coming at it from a fresh perspective, right? A hungry perspective, a new perspective. And they are putting out things that are incredible. And to me, it's incredibly inspiring. I love seeing these indie projects coming to light. To me, I want to see more of it. But it's very, very interesting to me, right? Jafar Jackson, first movie ever, new actor to the scene, and people were blown away by his portrayal. So to me, and I'll kind of end it here, I have my eye out for the newbies, the overlooked people, the underdogs, the people who are not necessarily fully into this business, because it seems that they are putting out what people want to see. And good stuff. And so, if you understand the concept of telling a good, clean story, something that people are interested in, characters that people can relate to, it's going to succeed. It's going to go far. Yes, you can have great big CGI and you can put a lot of money and your budget into the look of it and make sure that it looks good. But I think movies have lost the point that you need to get down to the simplicity, get down to the basics, especially when it comes to horror. If we're just talking about horror as a genre, Obsession, simple story. Smile is one of my favorite horror movies, simple story. You take a simple concept, you put a lot of creativity, a lot of thought into it, it's going to skyrocket. You give the fans what they want to see, it's going to skyrocket. People are going to spend money to see it. And so to me, that's where film is going. But like I said, short video, I'm not really going into a lot of details. If you haven't seen Obsession, I recommend go seeing it. But today, that is going to be a wrap on today's video. Cast and crew, let me know what you guys think, where you think the industry is going to go. How is it going to change within the coming years, especially now with AI coming out? Comment all that down below. Make sure you like and share this video. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.